this. You know, you guys have helped fund in excess of $200 million for clients, and you guys do the coaching, but you guys actually help them obtain the financing. Isn't that right?
That's right. We don't want to just build a credit file, which is important. We don't want to just get scores and ratings, which is important. But we have some experts that we've dealt with for years, that we have a relationship with already, and we'll approach those depending on what they need, whether they need financing, whether they need cash, whether they need equipment. We'll then take that client, that business that has a score and a rating and all that history in place. Now we'll take them to the people that we know that they need, that we can direct them to, that will be good for their business to get financing. Sometimes people are afraid to go do something after, okay, I got a score and I got a rating. Now what do I do? That's what the coach is there for. Okay, let's go to this. Let's get you some money for equipment. Let's get you some money for payroll, whatever it is that you need. And we have the experts that we can go to for those particular needs.
Well, that's been some great information. If you or anyone you know is looking for $5,000, $50,000, or $5 million to fuel your business, Corporate Credit Concepts can solve your problem. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching Leading Experts, and I'm your host, Dan Ruzicka. I'm here with Chad and Trent Lee of Corporate Credit Concepts. And guys, I'm excited to ask this question. It's very unique in your industry. You guys have an unheard of guarantee. Tell me about that guarantee. Nobody's doing it, only you guys. Let me know about it.
So we set up a guarantee specifically because our mission really with these clients is to give them value, is to help them out. And where a lot of companies may guarantee an 80 Paydex score, for example, or 5 trade lines. That's important because it helps establish a file, but no one really cares about an 80 Paydex score, for example, other than to help them get financing. And so our guarantee, what clients are really after, is financing. So our guarantee is if they go through the entire program, the whole coaching program, follow our advice, we know what the end result will be, or we know what it will be pretty close to. And our guarantee is if they go through that, they complete the program, we guarantee them at least $150,000 in business credit.
Wow. And again, that is unheard of. And I remember we talked about this, really 2 years ago we talked about this as you guys were doing this. I was shocked at the time. And I remember it was very clear and very precise. The client does this, here's what they're going to get. I mean, you guys have really narrowed this down to a science, isn't that right?
Pretty close. Pretty close. If they'll follow what we have them go through in the coaching program, we don't always know the exact end result. We're not the lender, obviously, but we know they're going to get some good approvals, and we'll continue to go to different lenders and make sure they get the financing that they are capable of receiving.
Okay, and I want to talk about one of your clients. I'm wondering maybe if he lied to me. I don't know. He said he signed up with you guys, and he was looking for $250,000 to start up with. And he said he ended up with $350,000. How common is that?
So that's a good question, and no, he certainly didn't lie.
Good.
He got the financing he needed. He got the startup capital. Now, here's the thing that we specifically wanted to mention regarding that client is how typical is it? It's probably not that typical, in all honesty. Part of what we do, as my father mentioned, is we talk about client surveys that we do. And a client's not going to be happy if we present and sell them on such high expectations that we can't deliver on. That's going to make for a client that's unhappy and a coach that can't do his job, which affects his pay. So what we like to do is manage clients' expectations and try and teach them that what's realistic on how much financing they can get. While they may want, say, $250,000, based on their current situation, maybe only $75,000, maybe only $35,000, maybe in his situation, $350,000 is realistic. Does it happen for everyone? No. Most people that are in the startup phase don't get that much money. But this particular client had a situation where he did have some history and was able to get more financing than is typical.
Well, I appreciate that honesty and integrity within that. And I did tell you, I talked to some other clients I talked to one in particular that got $75,000 as a startup, and the excitement in his voice was so great because all of a sudden he realized that because he could get this money, he could look at other business opportunities. So it opened up his mind to say, wow, you know, I can do this, but I can also do this and this and this because I know where to get the funding because of corporate credit concepts. And that, I got to tell you, was really exciting just to hear the guy's voice, because it was like, whoa, his whole life was opened up. He could see possibilities.
We're gonna get the financing that they're gonna qualify for and teach them how to get more.
Yeah, that's awesome thing. Let me ask you this: what if somebody has personal credit problems? What if they've had horrendous troubles in the past? Is this still going to work for them? Can corporate credit concepts help them?
Good question, and that brings up an important issue. While our goal is to separate the personal credit from the business credit, even if they have bad personal credit, they can still establish a business credit file. They can still establish scores and ratings, and they can still obtain financing. Now, at the beginning, like we mentioned, it takes time to build business credit. And so if someone has good personal credit at the beginning, it's like they can jumpstart their business credit file. They can get more financing if they have good personal credit. Now, if they have bad personal credit, then they can still obtain business financing. It just won't be as much as someone who necessarily had the good personal credit. And that's an important issue to understand, is if they've got bad personal credit, then certainly building business credit is vital to them, because if they've ruined their personal credit file, then they need to, in essence, start over and show some credibility on the business side, and that's where they're going to get the financing that they need.
Mm-hmm. And you guys show them how to do that.
That's what we do.
Excellent. And what kind of the next question I want to ask you about is, how important is it for a new business to start off with you? For the guy that just got a concept now, how important is it to start off with you?
Very important at the beginning. We have clients that will come to us who have been in business for years and they've done some things wrong. It would have been great if they would have come to us, 4 or 5 years earlier, and we could have said at the beginning, this is how you establish it, let's do it the right way. And we didn't have that opportunity with him. It's always easier to do it the right way at the beginning than trying to correct it later on. It's a lot faster to do it at the beginning. It takes time to correct things that have been done wrong. So we would love to have everybody come at the beginning.
That makes sense. And the really fascinating thing about your product is, as I hear, for a guy that's right in the middle of his business doing great, it's essential as well.
Yes, always.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to build business credit no matter where you are. We've had people come to us that have been in business 20, 30 years, and they don't have scores and ratings in place. It doesn't matter when you come, it's still important to come.
Well, that has been some powerful information from Chad and Trent Lee, founders of Corporate Credit Concepts. If you have any further questions regarding anything in relationship to business or personal credit, you can call the number below or email them from their website. I want to thank you for watching this edition of Leading Experts. Have a great day. Guys, thank you very much for showing up.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, Dan.